I could think of worse ways to spend a Sunday morning. I'd say I'm about halfway now. I'm getting dips, peaks and troughs in the path. Generally though, I can see it. Yeah, I'm about as far in as I have to go out now, probably. The only thing that's really unnerving about it is the amount. Hello everyone, it's me, Terranian. Welcome to Pulborough, or just south of it, in West Sussex, for my first ever video of playlist number 3, which, as I said before, is going to concentrate on survival and long distance trips, multi-day trekking in, shall I say, hostile environments? Yeah, I know, it's hardly hostile here in the southeast, in West Sussex, but it was right here, actually, which is one of the reasons I chose to come here today instead of the very, very busy mountains this time of year. If you'd watched my flood video about 7 or 8 months ago, I'd like to say I was stood right here, but I wasn't. I was stood over there, just on that bank, because that's about as far as I could go. I just started my walk, and this whole area, as you'll see, was completely flooded. As if I was to stand here during that, I think I'd be pretty much submerged, or at least more than half of me would. It was absolutely crazy. Now, I came here that time, and if you'll watch the video, and I'll link it at the end, if you do watch it, you'll know I came specifically to have a go at the flooding because I brought some fishermen's waders, and I had quite a good time, but I couldn't get through here. I estimated that it would have been, you know, right up to my neck, and I reckon, looking at that bank, which I barely could see over there, which from here looks like it's right on my head level, yeah, I would have been pretty much submerged. So that was a no-go. I ended up rerouting and finding another way, and I still got to use the waders, walk through some flooded foresty paths and some open fields. It was not too bad, but it was a bit unnerving because the whole area was just completely flooded and there was just water as far as you could see. But again, it was exciting and an interesting way to train for the Three Peaks Challenge. But today, no such problems. Lovely and dry, just a bit moist. Temperature cooled, obviously, overnight with all the humidity in the air. So there's a little bit of damp on the grass here, but that's nothing to worry about. I think the low to mid 20s is expected today, so a very nice day ahead. Last time I did the walk, I walked all the way from Pulborough. The original route was about a 12k route around the reserve and then off to Amberley to get the train to Billingshurst, and then walk from Billingshurst back to Pulborough through some more of the flooded rivers. But that second part didn't really work so well. I'm not doing that second part today, so I thought it'd be quite nice to do a little comparison video, see how the flooding has subsided, and to actually see what it looks like and show you after all that flooding we've had. and rain and all of that wet weather, and see if I can actually make that original route, that 12k route to Amberley from here. Looks like it's going to be doable. River Arun. The naughty boy who burst his banks, caused all the problems 6 or 7 months ago. Shame of this route is I'm not going to get to meet my sheep friends from last time. The friendly sheep. Oh, I think they were friendly. They were following me with some kind of intent. I don't think it was hostile or ill-intended, but who knows. But yeah, no animals, at least none of them sheep. There's some, I think I saw, yeah, some cows over there. At least I get to see what I originally planned. So something new is always fun for me. So it's incredible if you just look around here. And it's difficult to get a scale on camera, but it's obvious to see it's a large area, even if you can't quite get the scale of it. It's big. It was all around, and just to think this was all filled up with water right up to about here. I think, looking back at the videos, there were parts where you could see the footpaths that were raised on like dikes. You could see were just above the water line. So it was filled right up to this kind of level all around here. The amount of water that we had was just incredible. I won't say unimaginable, because you can literally imagine how much water there is or was, but it's just incredible. And this is just one sort of area. I've seen this from the air, and you can see how widespread that flooding is. It's just incredible. Well, my other reason for choosing today, or here, this route, I just touched on it just now, back there, is that this time of year, everywhere's so busy. You saw my Snowdon video up there on the top and on the pass. They were just massively busy. There's tons of videos already on them. There's tons of videos being done now where it's busy. You know, I'll leave it to them. I will be going back actually. Yeah, next month. The Horseshoe is on the cards, definitely, finally. Because as I said, that's playlist number 1, scouting out the 3 peaks, alternative routes for the winter. So really looking forward to that. So very exciting. So I'm not in a rush to get back to the mountains as much as I love them. I'll leave the busy hills to the people for now. This isn't a multi-day hike, this is a couple of hours. It's not even going to compare to the kind of things I'm hoping to do on playlist number 3, which I need to have a name for. I need to find a name for it. I suppose by the time you watch this, I'll have a name on the channel. I wonder, what shall I call it? Crazy Walks with Mr. T. There's quite a few people about. It's that time of year. That's fine though, it's not really busy. Nice people walking their dogs. Got time to say good morning. I quite like that. It's kind of the outdoor code, isn't it? Don't know, it's just nice. But it's coming up for 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. It's generally quiet, and it is quiet. And it's very peaceful. It's really nice. Always worth getting up early for, in my opinion. I managed to get a little bit of breakfast, but I didn't have a coffee. So that's okay. That's actually really good. Not that I haven't had a coffee, but it gives me an opportunity to do something very much in line with this playlist number 3, Crazy Walks with Mr. T, whatever I'm going to call it. Because the idea is ultimately to do multi-day treks, wild camping, expeditions, that sort of thing. You know, that'll include, and I say relearning how to pitch a tent. It's been a long time. You know, outdoor cooking. I've done a bit recently. Camp stoves, boiling waters, prepping food, you know, building fires, that sort of thing. Although I don't think I need to build fires, but it's all that sort of stuff. I've done a little bit on and off over the last few years, but you know, to do it in anger, to kind of train to do it with a purpose, well, is now the intent. And to do it in anger, to find opportunities to actually go somewhere and rely on myself to cook food, to sustain myself over a couple of days, instead of what I normally do, because it's usually an overnight. I'll grab a sandwich at a service station on the way in or something, you know, or I'll make some sandwiches that will last overnight and chocky bars and things like that. Now I've got to make food, or think about making food for days. and proper food that's going to sustain me on my walks, you know, give me the right kind of energy. So it all starts very small, but it grows quickly. As I haven't had my coffee yet, I'm going to go and find somewhere at some point on my walk, nice and quiet, relaxed. I'm going to make myself coffee. I've been umming and ahhing as you do over kit, and this one recently has been about which stove to buy. I've been thinking about the ultimate aim of what I'm doing. So should I get a cold weather stove? Yes, but not right now. You know, you don't have to have one, you can have things to suit purpose. I don't want to spend lots of money on loads of different stoves, different purposes. You know, you just waste your money. Got to be practical. So a cold weather stove, eventually, when the one I've bought really reaches the limit of its abilities. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Wonder if any of this was ever flooded. I feel like I'm a little bit further away from the river though now, but you never know. Well, this is good. Good training in case I ever do a desert walk. It just makes me a bit nervous walking along a road like this. I had a horrible experience in Inverness when I did a short walk. A narrow road with absolutely nowhere to stand. It's a very thin road as well, a fast road, straight. Not far to go now. 5 more minutes maybe. And I think at that point I'll be back where my detour met the original route. And you can see now how much the water's subsided. It's crazy how high the water level was. Absolutely nuts. This point here, this stile here signifies the meeting of my detour on my original route. God, that was severely overgrown. I think I remember it being like that. This is a bit more grown as well from last time. A lot less watery. I think we're out about here. And it's definitely where I can see here, just in front of me. This was all underwater. All I could see was the bush line either side of where I was, showing the path I should walk. But whether or not I could, I didn't know. So that's just when I gave it a go. It looks perfectly fine now. I've got the path leading up to the gate, and it's a bit boggy in places, but generally dry. So I think all's good. It's just walk to the other side of this field like it's nothing, up into Amberley and then home. Oh, I haven't had my coffee yet. So I guess you know what that means.
What am I doing?
I could think of worse ways to spend a Sunday morning. Got a cup of coffee, so that means snack time. I can't believe how quickly that boiled, that water. That was so impressive. 2 minutes and I've got a brew. That is nuts. Really happy with that. So just let it cool down, finish my snack, and it's off to Amberley to finish really. Quite strange how I'm just chilling in this field though, having my snack and my coffee, and having my coffee. When 8 months ago, 7-8 months ago, I was wading through water this sort of deep, up to my sort of shins, knees in parts. But at the same time, I don't know, well outside my comfort zone, which I found very exciting, even at the time, not just after. But yeah, snack time in the same field. How things change over time with different weather. And that's all it is, weather. Crazy. That's pretty much it for the walk today. I've just got to walk to Amberley train station, which is just out the field and down the road. And I'm definitely past all of the danger areas from the last walk, all of the more interesting bits. There's nothing special about today really, just show you the comparison, see what's happened to the flooding in the last 7 or 8 months. Just get back into, you know, I won't say long distances, it was only 12k, but you know, get into just walking about. And I think each time I might just get the camp stove out, make a brew, some food or something, just keep those habits going. Just be the format for these walks from now on. And I might try and increase the challenges as well. I'm still using the GPS, it's just easier, quicker. I might start using the map, the compass, get those skills back up, because they are going to be needed if I'm to do what I'm going to do. Well, thanks as always for watching. Video number 1 on playlist number 3. Humble beginnings. But if I can get this playlist to be even a fraction of what I imagine it to be, it's going to be one hell of an adventure. I'm so looking forward to finding out. But for now, I'll leave you with a few other videos from my other playlists in the next few weeks. Until then, laters.